Now to our Commitment 2026 coverage right now. Less than an hour left. Voters casting their ballots for the primary election statewide. The polls close at 8 o'clock, so you still do have time to vote. You have to be in line, though, by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so less than 60 minutes now. More than 23 million people are registered to vote here in California. According to Political Data Inc., nearly 5 million ballots have been returned so far. That's about a 21% voter turnout. And here's a closer look at who is registered to vote. Almost 45% are Democrats. More than 24% are Republicans, and nearly 23% have no party preference.
So we are watching several major contests on your ballot tonight. The race for governor, yeah, that's top of mind. There are other key contests, too, people are voting on, including lieutenant governor, secretary of state, controller, treasurer, attorney general, insurance commissioner, and superintendent of schools. We're also following important local races across our region. We've got teams on the ground covering every angle of tonight's primary election. KCRA 3's Esteban Reynoso is live for us in Stanislaus County.
But we begin with KCRA 3's Peyton Headley live in Placer County with what voters are deciding on in Placer County. Peyton?
Yeah, hey, so we're just outside of the elections office here. This is the line where there previously was a line of cars not 2 minutes ago with folks driving up, dropping off their ballots with the volunteers here. And super easy. They don't even have to get out of the car. So that's a great area here. And then inside of the building, there's another voting center where you can go in and utilize that in-person voting and watch that vote actually be counted. So the folks here in the orange vests are volunteers. I have one of the longtime volunteers here, Daryl Hale. You said you've been doing this since 2019. Kind of talk about what it's been looking like inside the elections office so far.
It's been pretty good. We're currently over 1,000, but we actually had a 2-minute break for couple hours ago.
Yeah, all day and a 2-minute break.
All day.
Busy day. And so you spend a lot of time out here. Obviously, you know, it's so important that we have these volunteers for our elections. What is it that, you know, brings you out here that makes you want to do this?
I've been in service all my life, and it's really important. I've been in other countries where you don't get to vote. I'm really happy to be able to provide a way and a safe place for people to vote.
Well, thank you for your service. And I'll ask you, you know, election security is of the utmost importance, especially here in Placer County. Kind of talk about the training that you have to go through to be able to be in that voting center, in that elections office, and run that.
Training is like sipping from a fire hose. There's a lot of information, and it's really important so that this office can stay transparent, and they're just so above board. I love working with these people. It's great.
So a little less than an hour left here. What's your advice to folks who haven't been out yet?
You need to hurry. The line is long, but if you're in the building, you're going to work today. You're going to get your vote counted today.
Right. And then maybe another 2-minute break right after polls close.
I doubt it. We got another hour to close this place. There's a lot to count. But I'm here because, yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for helping Placer County. We appreciate it. The community appreciates it. So that is what it is looking like here in Placer County. I'll now send it to my colleague a little further south down in Stanislaus County. Esteban Reynoso, how's it looking down there?
Thank you, Peyton. And yeah, we're here now inside of the Stanislaus Registrar of Voters Center here on 10th and I Streets. This is really the epicenter of where your votes are going to be. Your ballots are going to be counted here. And now I want to introduce Donna Linder. So Donna, thank you so much. You're with Stanislaus County. Give me your official title one more time, please.
Stanislaus County Clerk Quarter Registrar of Voters.
Perfect. And you oversee all of this. It's a really important day here. We are here at the bank, right? You called it the vault. What is this?
So Stanislaus County Registrar of Voters is lucky enough to be in an old bank building. And so if your ballots are not being in the midst of being processed, we do store them in a bank vault. So we have the vault door. Only a couple people have access to this, can unlock it. So we couldn't be safer. We keep them in there for safety, and no one can tamper with those.
That's fantastic. It's really necessary to have that safety. And also something you mentioned to me is that these aren't just new ballots. These are also ones that have already been counted. Is that correct? Or submitted?
Stanislaus, or the code, election code, California code, says that we can start processing ballots 29 days before the election. So all the vote by mail ballots that we received through yesterday have been processed. So those are stored in sealed boxes in the vault, and then the ones that we're preparing to count tomorrow are in there also. So, and as they've been delivering mail and drop boxes, those are being prepped to be processed tomorrow also. So all of that is in the vault already.
That's perfect. And we also talked about this being kind of a little bit of preparation for November, but you constantly do this. This team knows how to process these ballots. Looking from June towards November, what are some differences or things that you're seeing that could be happening again in November?
So a June election, the primaries just aren't as busy. We have a lower turnout than we would in November. So that's really just the difference. Elections, the same processes go through every aspect. The November ballot, though, also has all of our districts, our local districts on them. So it's a bigger ballot, more ballot types. So that just creates an extra layer of complexity for our office. But the primaries, it's mostly just that the turnout is less.
Awesome. Well, Donna, thank you so very much for your time. We really appreciate it. And we're going to continue to be here to cover the Stanislaus Registrar voters. I do want to tell you guys real quick, these are people that are ready to answer your calls. If you have any questions, you can call the Registrar of Voters here in Stanislaus County. They'll tell you where the nearest ballot drop box is and how you can fill out your ballot properly.
All right, Esteban, 52 minutes to go. Thank you very much. In Stanislaus County, Salida voters are deciding on Measure J. This would raise assessment fees for fire and emergency services from $45 a year to $168 for a single-family home and $126 for apartments. Now, supporters say this will keep the Salida Fire District from running out of money and also preserve response times. Now, there was no listed opposition in the official county voter guide. It does require a 2/3 majority to pass.
One of the biggest races of the night is for governor. There are 60 candidates on the ballot, but these 8 polling the highest right now. Here's a breakdown of how much money their campaigns have raised thus far. And these are the numbers according to the California Secretary of State's office. Tom Steyer has raised $216.3 million. He funded $216 million of it himself. Mayor Matt Mahan raised nearly $16 million. Steve Hilton has more than $14 million. Javier Becerra has raised almost $13 million. Chad Bianco raised $6.3 million. Katie Porter raised nearly $10 million. And Antonio Villaraigosa has just over $7 million.
So another major contest people are talking about, the race for L.A. mayor. Current Mayor Karen Bass is running for re-election. Her challengers are council member Nithya Raman and former reality TV star Spencer Pratt. Now, Pratt has gained traction for his harsh criticism of Bass and her leadership, especially during the Palisades fire. He lost his home in that fire. Today, all 3 candidates are sharing their vision for the future of L.A.
Los Angeles is ready for an incredible recovery from COVID, where many of the businesses are still suffering. Entertainment industry is beginning to come back. All of this we've laid a strong foundation for, and we want to continue.
A vision for change that I'm bringing to the table that talks about addressing our extraordinary cost of housing, that's talking about addressing our homelessness crisis based on a record of success that I've had in my district, and I'm hoping that they'll choose me.
I think there's a tsunami of votes coming from all the people that are done with politics as usual. They want an outsider, they want a disruptor, they want somebody who's going to really go stop their tax money from being stolen to increase problems.
The most recent UC Berkeley Los Angeles Times poll predicts an extremely close race tonight. Bass is at 26%, Raman at 25%, Pratt at 22% among likely voters.
Today also marks California's first election under a new congressional map approved by voters under Prop 50. Voters will be selecting U.S. representatives based on the new map. That's on the right-hand side of your screen there. Voters approved the new maps back in October. They were redrawn by Democrats to give the party an advantage in the upcoming midterms. In all, the races for U.S. representatives. The top 2 candidates move on to the general election in November, regardless of the party.
So, of course, state officials say voters should feel safe and protected at the polls. We spoke with California Secretary of State, Dr. Shirley Weber, who says people have the right to vote without getting intimidated.
You have a right to go in there without any kind of harassment, any kind of activity against you. It's an open space. We do not have, we won't have any armed guards or things of that nature in those facilities. They'll be run by not only the officers and the persons in the Registrar of Voters office, but also all of the citizens who live in that community are part of it. So you have a right to vote, and make sure that you exercise that right and don't let anyone deter you from voting, even if they think they have a good reason for doing so.
And voters can reach out to this number right here if you've got questions about the election and voting. It's 1-800-345-VOTE, and it is available in 10 languages.
3 seats on the Stockton City Council are up for election tonight. In District 1, Councilmember Michelle Padilla is seeking re-election. She is facing 4 challengers. District 3 Councilmember Michael Bauer is also up for re-election, and there are 3 challengers in that race. And in District 5, Councilmember Brando Villapudua is up against 4 challengers. Any candidate who wins 50% plus 1 avoids a runoff in November.
A proposed housing development is on the ballot in Davis. It's Measure V. This asks voters to amend the land use designation for the Village Farms properties. That's about 500 acres on the northwest corner of Cavell Boulevard and Pole Line Road. The area is ag land right now. This project includes about 1,800 homes and apartments. Parks and open spaces are also planned. A majority is needed to approve this measure. And KCRA is bringing you every update as the ballots come in. We have special election night coverage. It runs from 8 p.m. to 11:30 tonight. Our team of reporters will have live results and reaction from campaign parties. We'll also have analysis and context from Republican and Democratic strategists.